start. This is your heart. This is the day you were born. This is the sun. These are your lungs. This is the day you were born. And I am always, always yours.
In 1988, Pope John Paul II released his encyclical called Christifideles Laici, which translates to the lay faithful. In his encyclical, Pope John Paul defines the different roles and responsibilities within the lay faithful. Each individual has a responsibility to fulfill God's design. The Pope explains, the call is addressed to everyone. Lay people as well are personally called by the Lord, from whom they receive a mission on behalf of the Church. Pope John Paul II encourages the young, in particular, to be called to the mission of Jesus Christ. The Holy Spirit continues to renew the youth of the Church and inspires many youth to participate in proclaiming the gospel. In his encyclical, Pope John Paul II gives distinct missions of Christ. The three missions are the priestly mission, prophetic mission, and the kingly mission. The priestly mission is completed by the lay faithful celebrating and participating in the Eucharist. The prophetic mission can be accomplished by living the gospel in faith and proclaiming the good news to the entire world. Lastly, we are called to be actively involved in the kingly mission of Jesus Christ. Like a noble king, those called by God are to serve others with justice, dignity, holiness, and righteousness. We are to defend our faith and overcome any temptations of sin. The lay members are called to be in communion with one another. This communion is established through participation in the universal church, being active members in local parishes, being involved in lay groups, and being partners with our local pastor priests. Proclaiming the gospel is the principle of Christian existence. Jesus commanded us to go and preach the gospel to those who do not know the salvation that Jesus Christ brings to the entire world. Living the gospel is a responsibility that the Pope emphasized to all lay members to put into action. Action is the key. Sitting idle and wasting one's talents is sinful. We must respect human dignity. We must respect the gift of life. We must stand up for what is right and for our religious values. According to the Pope, the family is the most important part in developing a society that respects all individuals. The primary function of the family is to encourage each household member to live according to the gospel. The family is the foundation that strengthens the members' Christian values. A special emphasis is placed on the young and those issues relating to women. Action is important for all lay members. This is accomplished by accepting one's vocation and the willingness to fulfill the mission set by God's plan. The individual must do the will of God at all times. The lay members are to be in unity with both the universal church and the society that forms an entire community, to bear the precious fruit supplied by the Lord's vineyard. Pope John Paul II encourages each one of us to participate in the triple mission of Christ, to receive the sacraments of baptism and the Holy Eucharist, and to be devoted to the matters of the world. The Pope's understanding of the vocation and mission of the lay faithful is the preaching of the gospel and living out the mission of Jesus Christ is the fundamental responsibility of all lay members. We are all living members of the one Lord, built through the gifts of the Holy Spirit. Therefore, those called to the vocation of laity are not to sit idle, but at all times gain a greater awareness of God's ultimate plan. The final coming of the kingdom of heaven and the salvation of all who have been called by God are the mission of the laity.